all, Tiffany and G here at Allura Gardens. Hi G.
Hello.
We're here to talk to you about Syzygiums. I think they're kind of underrated. They're also known as Lillipillies.
Yes,
Lillipillies. Is
yes,
that
yes,
right, G?
yes.
Lillipillies. So there's lots of different varieties. We have a great range, I think, here. Now, I guess, are they a native, G? Or are they not a native?
They are a native. Good question. And they're actually a native. You won't only find varieties of Lillipillies or Syzygiums just on the Australian sort of continent. You'll find birds have dropped them just across the islands on Papua New Guinea and Indonesia because they land on other trees and fly across the tropical equator. So you'll find Syzygiums scattered across Earth in many sorts of tropical and subtropical sort of zones.
Oh,
basically.
great. But they do obviously love it up here in our climate.
They absolutely love it. Yes,
Yeah.
actually some varieties that might have been hybridized and made down south, they might flower and fruit down south. I might see some of them arrive to Darwin and never feel the temperature that promotes their flowering, fruiting stage. They constantly think it's like more of a warmer time just to produce more leaves. But that's great for people that just want to hedge.
Just want to have a beautiful hedge like this.
Yes,
one is
something
just
leafy.
amazing.
Yes. This is called,
what is this guy?
This is called Winter Lights.
Yeah.
I'm yet to see this one flower, but there's perhaps But
who cares? Look how amazing it is.
It doesn't actually. It's got these lovely red, coppery sort of bronzy
it's
sort of
really
tips
stunning,
on it.
the little tips
And
on
I
it.
think that's one of the huge aspects about lots of these variations of Lillipillies. They're the more slightly water, tropical loving, yard growing plants, which to make excellent container plants and also good for covering off neighbors, hedging if you feel the urge to, or letting to mature to things like this into a good feature sort of plant.
This nearly looks like it could be an outdoor Christmas tree.
Exactly, and people are always looking for those sort of tropical Christmas trees because we can't have those quintessential pine trees that you have in the...
we don't want them anyway.
Yes, yeah. Well, I'd love them, but I can't.
Yeah, for
Yes,
sure.
yeah.
Cool. Well, do you mind taking us on a little wander?
Okay.
I'll follow you and just sort of introduce us to... Because obviously I know some Syzygiums are quite short. They
Yes.
don't grow quite high.
That's right.
Whereas
yes.
others do. Some grow up just tall and lanky.
Yes, cool. Actually, you know what? Looking at the one that we last looked at, that had very short distances in leaf nodes between the next leaf notch and leaf notch. They show lots of heavy sort of compactions and more shorter traits to them, like this one right here. you
Yeah, I
know?
love this guy.
Yeah, and so it has a very short distance between the next leaf, and so that makes a very good sort of smaller one compared to ones that have a longer distance to each other.
Yeah.
This one actually unpruned, you might say, in our stinky hot weather. I find labels never seem to say everything completely. If the label says 1.5 meters, you might be able to make it 3 meters over a certain amount of time.
Just add to it.
But that doesn't mean that we can't chop it down to a waistline height. You
Yep.
know? And feed things like this, but they're not very complex to look after. You know?
No.
Ones like these. Look at this lovely tip here. This is known as the cascade pink.
Yep.
And this one unpruned. I'm not sure what the label says, but in Darwin I might see some get to 8 to 6 meters.
I've seen big ones.
Yes, yeah, that's it. We've maintained some really nice ones that are just this big, you know?
Yeah.
And actually, this leaf is just saying, feed me, I need some nutrients.
Yeah.
I could be greener, but other than that, they're so easy, you know?
Yeah, cool.
Yes,
So what
yes.
else have we got?
What else have we
What's
got
this
here?
one here?
So this one here is called a bronze baby, and I guess
Yep.
baby because it is one of the shorter, compactor varieties.
Yep.
It has these nice sort of little light green leaves with
Yeah, I
this
do
bit of
love
copperiness happening
yeah.
here. That's the bronze name. I guess that's how it got it.
Yep.
Yes. Oh, bless you again.
Oh, it's this beautiful dry
Yes,
season.
it is. Oh, no, I love it. I'm not complaining. That's for sure. And actually, yes.
And we've got some little ones here, so you don't
we
have
got
to
some
buy a
little
big
ones.
one.
No, exactly. And so this is called Sunset Beauty. This is almost like a cousin its nature of looking like a shaggy little person, I find.
Yes.
But this also has like lots of nice coppery new lime greeny tips that it has going on here. It takes ages to grow so slow.
Slowy.
But
yeah.
I actually, you know what? I still love it. And you know,
Yeah.
life gets busy, and
Yeah.
over time, a few years have passed. These guys
If
get
you're
some-
willing to wait.
Yes, yeah, that's right. Just chuck some irrigation on in your yard because otherwise you have to be the one that's
Yeah.
always watering it. So irrigation solves that problem. So,
Yeah, nice.
yes, this one here is called an elegance, and it gets to a good sort of 3 meter, 4 meter mark, but makes an amazing cover your neighbor 2 meter hedge.
Yeah.
You know.
I
Yes.
just find they're so beautiful and lush and green and
see, ones like that variety we just looked at has a more of a Christmas tree kind of conical shape to it, when this one has more of a natural round bally shape to them.
yeah.
But yes, you can use the same sort of application. I guess it gets to about 2.5 meters, but makes an amazing sort of waistline chopped plant.
That's an Aussie boomer.
That's
that
called
guy.
an Aussie boomer, that one there.
And then keeping on.
And these are all like derivatives of each other. They're sort of subspecies and then cross-pollinate with each other because what are we searching for? You know, we're really short people, so we kind of demand short plants, you know. And so this one here is called an Aussie compact, and it's a close relative of the Aussie boomer we just
And
saw.
they're all just cousins, really, aren't they?
They're all just relatives.
They're all related.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, beautiful. Well, if you want to know more about syzygiums,
Yes.
they're easy to care for. They love the full sun.
They
don't
do.
They
And
Yeah.
just to interrupt, we also have a huge array of edible syzygiums. We could pretty much say that every syzygium or lillipilly fruit is edible. Some taste better than others.
Didn't know that.
No,
Fun
that's
fact
right.
for today.
Yes, actually, if you guys have heard of Syzygium jumbus, that's a jambu in lots of Asian languages.
Yeah.
It's a pear-shaped, crunchy apple. Aboriginal people here have their own varieties of lots of
Different
bush apples,
syzygium and
crunchy
stuff.
bush
Yeah.
apples, cocky apples, and these are all kind of nicknames for variations of lillipillies. These ones are a little bit more water-loving, and the other ones can be extremely clay and drought-tolerant
Yeah.
once established. So,
All right, awesome.
Yes.
Well, thank you again, G. It's always great to hear about what we can add to our garden.
Exactly. Yes.
Bye.
Thank you.